I do believe this is Jax McGee's first time to the ocean. He's not quite sure what to make of those waves. Hello, friends, family, total strangers. So after the debacle, which was the road trip down to Baton Rouge, it was a debacle. It was terrible. I had to go through decontamination process to get into Jax's mom's rental because she didn't want bed bugs. So me and Jax had to go through decontamination. That was quite a process. And then I also had to do decontamination at my parents' house because after Baton Rouge, we just didn't go into the van the whole time we were there. And then we drove to my parents' house in Pensacola, and we had to go through decontamination steps there as well to get into the house. And then we did the van decontamination down there to get rid of the bed bugs. So you just heat the van to 120 degrees, which if you had a car with windows all around, that would be no problem. But a windowless van, it's hard to get those recesses in the back up to 120. So I had to crank up the heater, and so I idled my car for like 4 hours and ran the heater as well as a little buddy in there. And yeah, I think we got it done. I think we got it decontaminated. You just have to get it to 122 degrees for like 30 minutes to kill bed bugs in all their stages. So in theory, no more bed bug problems. So yeah, I had a great visit with Jax's mom in Louisiana, and then me and Jax went to Pensacola for about a week and visited my parents and my brother there, and that was great as well. And then we went back to Baton Rouge, stayed a couple days. I visited a friend up in Jackson, Mississippi. And yeah, now we are back west. We did the trip pretty quickly. I think the only place I got any footage of was Lake Meredith, so I'll show you that now. So that was Lake Meredith in North Texas, north of Amarillo. It's actually a great stopover because there's free camping all around the lake. There's free campgrounds you can stay in that have bathrooms with showers and everything free. So totally awesome. And on top of that, it also has dispersed camping around the lake. So if you don't want to be around other people, you can get out there on your own too. It's always windy, which when it's 96 degrees, it's actually nice to have that wind. But we still had to idle the van for about an hour with the air conditioner on. It's terrible. So it feels great to be out west now. So from Lake Meredith, it was about a 4.5 hour drive to where we are now, which is about an hour from Trinidad, Colorado, up in the Culebra Mountains. Pretty awesome. So let me show you around camp here. I may have went a little overboard this morning, but yeah, I'm pretty hungry and that looks pretty awesome. So we are back out west and it's pretty awesome. We're here in Colorado. I have to say, being in the Midwest and the South in July is not ideal. So being back here where I'm wearing a fleece and a sweatshirt is very nice, very nice. It never drops below 70 for a month overnight. It never got below 70. It was always humid and hot, and so this feels great. So yeah, we're camped up in the Culebra Mountains. This is, let's see if you can, yeah, they're right up there. You can't really see them right now. But yeah, this is the Culebra Mountains. I'm kind of near Trinidad, Colorado. What you barking at, buddy? Trinidad, Colorado. And this is off of Highway 12 near the Purgatory Campground. And we're just dispersed camping on a little four-wheel drive road. It's pretty awesome. We had a black bear circle the van a couple of mornings ago. Jax lost his mind at 5:15 in the morning. But yeah, it's been great to be back west. And we're just camped on this little four-wheel drive road. The van could make it up about a quarter mile, which is enough to get to the first campsite. Here's the road, and we did a little walk up there 2 days ago. I'll show you some of that, as well as we did a proper hike down at the Purgatory Campground, and I'll show you that as well. We had a black bear visitor to camp last night. Pretty small guy, but probably juvenile. But yeah, he circled the camp and made Jax lose his mind. About 5 this morning. So this is the Purgatory Campground. I'm not camping at the campground. It's $21 a night, which is a bit rich for my blood, but there is some dispersed camping along the road end, and then there's a trailhead right here at the campground. This trail ended up being beautiful. I wasn't expecting too much. There's not much signage as far as destinations at the trailhead. It just says connecting with some other road and some other campground, like 6 miles ahead. But yeah, it's gorgeous back here. Little waterfalls, lots of wildflowers, and views of the Culebra Mountains. So yeah, this is beautiful. Jax is not a fan of all the flies. So just to give you some reference of where we are, there's Trinidad right there, and then right up here is the Culebra Mountains, and we are right by that green tent right there. So yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful area. I stayed at this campground about 3 years ago, or this campsite, this specific site. So It's cool to be back. I'm getting back into cooking, which it's been a while since I've done that, so that's great. It's been a nice little reset here from reacclimating from the South and all the traumas and tribulations and whatnot. I am a Western boy through and through, as it turns out. So this is a technique I call layering. So essentially what I'm doing is I made the salsa for one meal, and then the next meal I make the beans that the salsa goes with as well. And then I make this meal where I have the plantains, and then I also have the beans and the salsa to go with it. So you just kind of layering or stacking or whatever you want to call it. So I make a big enough batch of those other things that I can use them for the next meal till I end up with that. I don't know how many times I've said it during the course of this video, but it is great to be back out west again. Dry air, cold mornings. I love it. I love it. So yeah, great to be back out west. So yeah, we've been here about 3 days. Did some cooking, did some hiking. Nice relaxing time, and yeah, I think we're ready to move on. So we're gonna leave this morning, explore a couple more places in Colorado on our way to Wyoming. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Thanks a bunch.